Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Nikki the Creator. Today we're going to be talking about not letting fear dictate your life, not letting fear stop you from getting what it is that you want. All right, guys, before we get started, make sure you click the link down below. I am offering a free affirmation ebook that you can tap into if you need a pick-me-up, if you need a boost, if you need inspiration on affirmations. Remember, guys, your affirmations are always powerful, but if you need a little bit of inspiration, make sure to click the link down below. I also have booking available for coaching. I do have a few slots open this week, so make sure you book that up before they go. They do go quickly, and my client success stories are piling up. I think I'm just going to make a page or a YouTube video on the success stories, but let's jump into it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's jump into it. So today we're going to be talking about not letting fear dictate your life. So there is multiple states of being, and fear is one of the ones that sometimes can feel so real because of all the emotions that rise up when you see something opposing to what you want. So if you're trying to manifest a new love life, if you're trying to manifest a specific person, a fear that could potentially rise up is that specific person or that love option being with someone else, or doing something that might hurt your feelings, or you just being triggered of something that previously happened with this partner. If you're trying to manifest money, it may be that you're not seeing the money in your bank account right now, or a bill that unexpectedly comes up that's more than you anticipated. All right, guys, those fears sometimes can kind of halt you and make you pause in motion. But I'm here to let you know that it is okay, and those fears are lies, and those fears are not real. And if you do not feed into it, and if you don't give all your senses and your attention to it, it really will disappear. Literally disappear. It's not a magic trick. It's not woo-woo. It really will disappear. And I'm going to tell you why. So literally, guys, I've always taught this, and I'll show it up below. I'll show it up above how your subconscious mind works. Your dominant thoughts create, all right? And the reason why it creates is because it creates a belief and an assumption, and your subconscious mind will play that out for you as your identity, okay? So to make something dominant, you give your attention to it, or your mind is naturally saturated with that thought, that it becomes dominant, and then your life will play out with those thoughts. Okay, so if you're used to saying, I'm ugly, and that is your dominant thought, people will reflect that back to you. People will literally think that you're not attractive. You will feel not attractive, things of that nature. You guys are following, right? So where does fear come into this? So when you step into the awareness of creating your life and creating your ideal life, you now are aware of this power that you've always had, because you've always had this power. You're just being awakened to it, right? And so you're being awakened to this power, and it's like, whoa, I can both create my ideal life or do the complete opposite. And that can be scary, because that's a lot of accountability. That is a lot of accountability. But when you're manifesting your life and your ideal life, you have to be fearless. You have to be fearless. You have to face it head on and decide, I'm going to have whatever it is that I want. Now, I'm not using this example because I'm trying to whatever. I'm just going to use the example. So think of Martin Luther King, right? And in his time period, he was hated for the color of his skin. And he had a vision. He had a manifestation in his mind's eye that he wanted. And that was to see people united and integrated, and you know the story. And even in the face of opposition, he still stood his ground. He said, nope, I'm going to have what I want. I'm going to have what I want. Granted, there are a few flare-ups that happen, and there's still things that exist now that clearly says that we still have so much work to do, but we are living a very integrated life. We have so many interracial couples. You literally have to be fearless, all right? You have a desire, and the idea of failure or the idea of the opposite happening should not stop you from pushing forward. All right. Do not let fear stop you from getting what you want. Do not let fear dictate your life. You have to literally face that head on and be like, I don't resonate. If you're seeing the opposite, I don't resonate. I choose not to give my attention to that. I choose not to give into that. I choose not to focus on that. I choose to continually redirect my focus to what I want. I choose to redirect my mental to what I want. I choose to reaffirm what it is that I want, especially if my 3D is showing me the opposite. So what we're used to as humans, because how we were conditioned, is to indulge into our senses, which is touch, taste, you know the senses, guys. You know this, you know, all of that, right? You're conditioned to indulge in your senses in your environment. And so your environment is giving you feedback and you're fueling up off of that feedback because of what you're seeing, because it's physical, it's evidence. That's how we were conditioned. But it literally starts internal first. You actually are giving yourself the confirmation, and then your environment has to reflect that. Not the environment and then that's the confirmation. You are the confirmation and then the environment. All right, so what does that mean? And what does that mean in regards to not letting your fear dictate your life? So let's say you're trying to manifest a large sum of money. And you're waking up and you're saying, I'm so grateful that I'm in my ideal life. I'm so grateful that I have that money in my bank account. I'm so grateful that I've always been wealthy. I'm so grateful that money flows to me like water. You're saying all of these affirmations. You're saying all of these affirmations. And then all of a sudden, this unexpected bill comes and you're in the negative. Okay. In that very moment, it can be very scary because you're like, what am I going to eat? When is the money going to come? Where's the money? Those things arise. What you do in that moment is not feed into that. You have to literally really be aware enough to be like, no, I don't care if that's what I'm seeing right now. I know that money flows to me like water. I know that I have always been wealthy. I know that money will come unexpectedly or from an expected place. You have to stand 10 toes down on your vision. And literally when you stand 10 toes down, what's happening in your brain is that you're rewriting a new neural pathway. You're rewriting a new story. That's what it means when they're saying you're rewriting a story. You're creating a new pathway in your brain for your brain to be like, okay, so we're not going to get scared. We're not going to get worried. Oh yeah, because you've always been rich. So you don't have to worry about money. And literally, if you step into that faith, if you step into that persistence, literally your situation will change. You don't have to worry about how. And that is why manifestation is so simple. It's so simple. You literally have a desire. You affirm that desire. You claim that desire and you step into it. If you were a wealthy person, right? If you were a wealthy person, you're not worried about what bills you have to pay. You're not worried about when the money's going to come. You're not worried about, even if you did have car problems, paying for the car. You wouldn't be worried. You would just pay it because there's an internal trust that money flows to you like water. If you trust the thought, money flows to me like water, you would not stress over money because it's a dominant thought. If you begin to stress, that means it's not a dominant thought yet and you have to keep persisting. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about being, and I talked about this in my last video, and if you haven't watched it, I'll click it up above. I'll link it up above. I keep saying clicking. Sorry, guys. I'll link it up above. Being means it's second nature, meaning that it's natural. So if you are still worrying about money, but you're saying I am wealthy, that means you haven't persisted enough and you have to persist just a little bit more. It has to be second nature where you don't even think. You know, like how after a while of driving, you just hop in your car and you can drive to your location because it's second nature. You've practiced enough. You practiced enough. You have to create the neural pathway in your brain to the point where the path is so clear, so cut, that when something happens, your brain is like, yeah, I've always been wealthy. This is not a problem. This is easy. Manifestation is easy. Manifesting what I want has always been easy. Everything is easy for me. Stop letting fear dictate your life. Stop letting fear making you think that you can't get what you want. In every situation, you always get what you want. In every situation, you're doing it right. In every situation, everything always works out for you. Don't feed into it. Literally talk it. Think about when you were a child. All right, let me give you a scenario. You are a child and you're crying for whatever reason. You're throwing a tantrum, right? You're saying, oh my God, I'm crying, whining, right? And your parent comes over, and if you didn't have a parent, just think of a guardian, whatever the case may be. And they come over and they're like, it's okay. You are okay. You are safe. You are secure. You are loved. You are wanted. You've always been enough. It always works out. There's no need to cry. There's no need to worry. And you see how that soothes you? That's how you have to treat yourself if a fear comes up. And after a while of doing that, the fears don't come up. That is the point of us teaching you these techniques, is to teach you how to regulate if a fear comes up, but to let you know that after a while of practice, they don't even come up. And then you really see that you always get what you want. Think about previous things that you've had, that you've wanted. You ended up getting them, guys. You ended up getting them. Stop letting fear scare you. Stop letting fear stop you. Stop letting fear keep you in this rut. You always get what you want. You are a powerful being. Creators, you are a powerful being. Creators, you are a powerful being. You can have exactly what you want. Do not let fear stop you. Wake up every day and step into that shit. Wake up every day and say, I'm going to have my shit. And if saying it's already mine, it's a little bit too much for you, then say, I'm going to get my shit. Wake up every day and step into that being. For me, I am so serious about getting what it is that I desire. Nothing is changing my mind on that. You can't be afraid of failure, or you won't be able to get what it is that you desire. Stop over-consuming knowledge and just be that person. Go and live and be that person, and watch you step into your ideal reality. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Nikki the Creator. I will be back. All right, stop letting fear dictate your life.